welcome you to the hangar, everybody, as Ayersville getting set to take on Patrick Henry. It's a girl-boy varsity doubleheader. Etiquette says ladies first, so that's exactly what we're going to do as the Pilots, off a tremendous season a year ago, 24-2. It is a completely different look as they will be welcoming the Patriots at 2-0 on the young season, the Pilots at 1-3. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show is underway. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in Defiance, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Visit them online at drivebobestill.com. We're going to break down the starting lineups. We are also going to give you who we will keep an eye on as far as keys to the game. Don't you go anywhere. I had a chance to stop out to an Ayersville practice yesterday. Our player profile is going to be Avery Knieven, a 5'8" sophomore. But first, we're going to start off with longtime coach Tim Nicely. At the high school level, you don't get to trade for him. You don't get to recruit him. You coach what you got. And it's a completely different look for this Ayersville Pilots team this season compared to a year ago. We'll get the coach's take on things when we come back. You're watching the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show on DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Visit Mark Motes Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Motes Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmotesford.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. For the past Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Welcome back. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. Etiquette says ladies first, so they will, as the Pilots welcome Patrick Henry tonight on DCTV Sports. It's going to be our first high school basketball game of the entire season, and we are joining you live from the hangar. Brent Balbinot saying thank you for joining us. Time for our player profile. She is a 5'8" Sophomore. She's smiling because that's what she told me, so that's what she's going to be for the rest of the season, unless she says something different. Avery Knieven joining us right now. All right, you're getting ready for a big home matchup. Let's talk a little bit about last year, though, into this year, before we talk about this year's group. You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. Didn't get a lot of time last year. A lot of talent graduated.
Yeah.
So that means people get a new opportunity. What were some of the things you were working on over the summer to make yourself a better basketball player for the winter?
I was really working on my shot a lot and just like my offense in general and my ball handling skills.
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Were you a gym rat over the summer?
Not too much.
Not too much,
No.
at least she's being honest with us. Where would you say you've made your most improvement?
My outside shot, like my mid-range shot.
So mid-range, so you want to come out and face the basket, you're more comfortable doing that?
Yeah.
So what's a good shot for you?
Like free throw line.
Okay, so from the elbow, about 15 feet in?
Yeah.
Good enough. Let's talk a little bit about, you are a multi-sport athlete
Yeah.
as well. What other sports do you play besides basketball?
I play softball.
And what position?
I'm a catcher.
I was going to say, I've seen her with the gear on. They call those the tools of ignorance. Has anybody mentioned that to you?
No.
You have to be a smart player to be a
Yeah.
catcher, so don't let anybody use that phrase with you. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what the chemistry is. A lot of graduates from last year, new faces, maybe some younger faces. What's the first couple of weeks of practice been like as far as you getting to get comfortable with each
Yeah,
other?
we definitely were struggling in the beginning. Like, we weren't like all on the same page. Like, one person would like back cut and like we would pass it. But I feel like we've been improving a lot, and our chemistry is getting better as we go on.
Let's talk about chemistry from personality standpoint. There are some characters on this team. Let me ask you first, if the coaches weren't here, who's your alpha? They would take over, they would lead, and the rest of the team would pay attention and listen to.
Kendra.
I kind of had a feeling she would say that. Is she vocal?
Yeah, I would say so.
How much so? And in what type of way?
Well, like when she's like open, she calls for the ball. Like she makes herself noticed. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the other end of the spectrum. I don't want to say clown, but jokester. Who would be the person to crack a joke, maybe try and loosen everybody up?
Allison, myself.
Okay, now she's being honest, so that's good. You know when to be serious, though, at the same
Yeah.
time, right?
Yep.
Now, the term is student athlete. Have to crack a book,
Mhm.
have to stay eligible to stay in the uniform.
Yep.
What's the grade point for you?
4.0.
A perfect 4.0. Now, I asked her, I said, am I talking to her class as valedictorian? You said you must have a pretty smart class. There's multiple 4.0s, correct?
Yep.
So how do you decide who the valedictorian is? Do you all share?
I think they have to vote for the valedictorian, like at the end of the year when we all graduate.
I've never heard of that. Voting for the valedictorian. So you're popular enough you think you'll get valedictorian?
No.
All right, well, wait. We'll hold on that. You still have another year worth to go, but you maintain a 4.0, right? What's your favorite subject?
I like Spanish a lot.
Why'd you get interested in that?
It's just like different than like all the other subjects, and you learn a lot more, I feel like.
Coming into this season, and we've talked about it, and you're a sophomore, so you've got plenty of time in front of you. But what did Coach Nicely and his assistants tell you they wanted out of you this year?
They told me I needed to step up a little bit more.
How so?
Like I'm going to be on the court a lot more, and I need to practice being like an offensive threat.
Being more aggressive?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean looking for your shot? Does that mean getting more physical? What does being more aggressive mean?
Like taking open shots, driving to the basket.
Are you getting more comfortable doing that?
Yeah.
I was going to say, we're still very early in the season. How much better can this team get, say, in the next week, next couple of weeks?
I think we got a lot of improving to do, but I think we'll get there.
Last year, last couple of years in particular, Ayersville girls basketball was known for defense. I mean, you might score 35 points, and yet you'd still win by 8 or 9. Do you guys still take pride in that? Is that what you're going to hang your hats on this year?
I feel like our defense is pretty good, yeah.
What's it take to play defense? Because I know that's not the most glamorous part of the game. And if we watch the highlight reels at 6 and 10, you're looking for the breakaway layup or the great three-point shot. Very rarely do you see great low stance, way to take the charge, or way to get the steal. What does it take mindset-wise to want to play good defense?
You just have to be aggressive and like you want to go after the ball, jump the passing lanes.
Are you okay with sacrificing your body from time to time, getting a bruise or two?
Yeah.
Practice looks like it is a little physical, is it not? You're
yeah.
okay with that? Games are easy compared to practices here at Ayersville. One last one for you here, but what personal goals have you set for yourself this season?
I want to get more like rebounds, like at least like 7 rebounds a game. I want to like average in the double digits. And, yeah.
High goal. Best of luck to you. We're looking forward to covering you not
Thank
just
you.
tonight, but the rest of the season. Avery Knieven is our player profile. We're going to take a quick time out. We're back with the starting lineups right after this. You are watching the Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show on DCTV Sports.
Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobayersville.com. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobayersville.com. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobayersville.com.
Welcome back. The Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. Brent Balbinot saying thank you for joining us on DCTV Sports. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in Defiance. Stop on out in person. Check out all the great deals they have on their lot. Or if you don't feel like braving 12-degree temperatures with 25-mile-an-hour winds, you can check them out online as well at drivebobayersville.com. All right, time for our very first high school basketball broadcast of the season. And where else could we do it from but the hangar in Ayersville as the Pilots welcome Patrick Henry tonight. Coach Nicely joining us for our pregame. Coach, it seems like, well, I guess let me ask you, does it seem like a long time since our last pregame interview, or did time disappear in the snap of a fingers to you?
Oh, it goes so fast, when you get the summer stuff going on, next thing you know, it's June, July, and then we got a little break, and then it's fall. Next thing you know, season's here, so it just goes fast.
Fingers.
Yes.
But the old phrase is the days are long, but the seasons are short.
Yes.
Sometimes it's difficult to impart that on 16, 17, and 18-year-olds, but when you've been around the block like this gentleman here, it does take on a little bit more value, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Let's go ahead and take a look. I've got some of the stats from last year. The graduation, which is part of being a high school coach.
Yep.
Allie Schindler, all Northwest Ohio district for 3 straight seasons, averaged nearly 14 points, 4.5 boards, nearly 3 assists per ball game. She's at Kent State now. Taylor Kraft averaged about 6 points, 6 blocks and about 6 points.
Yeah.
Pulled down nearly double-digit boards. Again, you take a look at Kirsten Mannon, who I think was probably an anonymous voice in the chorus of that senior class last year. She was averaging about 5 or 6 points at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Nearly 10 at the end of the year, and you talk about a smart basketball player. And then, of course, Belle McGuire, simply because we have to mention her. I'll probably hear about it. But again, your defensive stopper, that's a lot of talent to graduate.
Yes.
It's unfair to ask a bunch of freshmen and sophomores to step up and play like seasoned 3-year veterans. But let me ask you this question. Inexperienced doesn't mean untalented. How much talent is on this young roster right now?
I think we have a lot of talent. It's just it's going to take a little bit to get it out of them. Playing JV last year, it's a lot different situation. When you're coming into varsity level, it's tougher. no matter if you play JV or varsity, it's a lot of work, no matter, because you have to run all the time. And, we lost a few players that decided not to play, and the other kids got the chance. I always say, if somebody steps out, hey, the door opens for you to step in and take over.
I was going to say the old phrase is next man in, or in this case,
Yep.
next girl in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the faces that Pilot fans can expect to see. I got an idea where you're going to start as far as leadership goes.
Kendra Waldron. I mean, she's my number one. Played last year, hit some big shots, sort of like a starter last year. Her, and then you got her cousin, Kendall Boer, underneath as a freshman, 6-footer. She's working hard, trying to get the hook shot down. And, then we got Avery, you just talked to, just a real hard worker. She's really showing some talent coming up. So I think she's going to be a very good basketball player by the time end of the year. And you got Allie Eldridge running a point, and Kaylin Hosted also running a point. Alexa Greewee can also come in and hit some shots. So, we have a lot of people, about 3 people that are going to have to run point, but it's all going to be by committee.
Offense sounds like it's going to be a work in progress, but one thing you've always hung your hat on here at Ayersville is at the defensive end of the court. No matter how experienced you are, you can always, what's the old phrase, defense travels?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's going to be the same case again this year.
Yeah, we got to bank on defense because our offense right now is probably under 30 points a game, and you got to make your easy shots, your bunny shots, and you got to make free throws. And if you make majority of those, you should be up in the mid-30s, maybe 40, and you should be able to win some ball games.
Look, last year it was not uncommon for Ayersville to score 35 points and still win by 8 or 9. This year that margin for error is going to be a little bit thinner.
Yes.
You don't want the team feeling pressure, though, right? We're only in game number 3 of the season. What's your message to this young squad?
Well, we lost a couple of heartbreakers. Wouldn't say heartbreakers, but they were under 10 points. Most of them have been under 10. So we're right there. If we just make some layups, make some free throws, we're right there and have a chance to win.
What you did a lot last year was turn defense into offense. So stealing the open court becomes an easy breakaway layup. I don't want to call those gifts, but it's almost gravy. Is this club capable of doing the same?
Yeah, we told them, you got to get that rebound. You got to look. They're not used to looking for Kendra to flash, because some teams are starting to see that and know that Kendra's going to be out there, so they're going to take that away. But she'll have to come back and get the ball and then get it down the floor. But we'll have to look down the floor to get some fast break points.
You mentioned Kendra, obviously some of the expected starters. How deep can this bench go? If not early, hopefully maybe in a month or 2.
Well, right now we had one girl at, Hannah Alstetter tore ACL. Addie Zartman is battling a knee injury too, so she's all, up and down, so I don't know where she's going to be. I know she's not playing against PH. And then Harmony Gherkin played JV last year. Now that she's a senior, and she got a little bit of playing time last year. Hopefully we can get her in, and hopefully she can knock down a few shots for us too.
Let's go ahead and break down Patrick Henry. Again, an interesting mix. They've got some height. They've got some experience. Break them down.
Well, Chrisman's one of the girls. I'm not familiar with all their names. We watched them on film, but yeah, very tall, lanky. They get out and put pressure on you. They can push the ball. So we're going to have to try to slow them down in our 2-3, but we're going to also have to get out on their shooters because they can shoot the ball.
Do you expect any pressure?
Oh, yeah. Anybody that watched our film, the first couple games know that our pressure is a little bit tougher. But I'm confident, we're getting a little bit better with that. If we can get Kendra the ball, some of the other girls are going to have to step up. We can't run away from pressure. We got to make sure we have a return pass to reverse the ball. But I think it's getting better.
Last year was easy to just flash Taylor Craft to half court and go over the top of both presses.
Yes.
How do you break it this year?
Well, I think we can do about the same. With Kendall, she's just a freshman. It's going to take her a little bit to, get that strength. She doesn't have that strength like Taylor did. And also, with Allie Schindler, you get the ball and she's a one-man press break, so that helps too. So
tempo. What is, when you're firing on all cylinders, I know we talked about not being an offensive juggernaut, but still getting good shots, running the offense you want. What is the ideal tempo for this team?
Well, I think we're going to be a 50-50, try to get out there a few times if we can to run, push the ball. But I think a lot of times we got to set our offense up, be patient, take some time off the clock. Let's keep that. If we keep the score down, I think we got a better chance to pull it out to the end.
I don't want to get too philosophical, but at the high school level, And Ayersville girls basketball over the last 3 seasons, this one included, has had multiple different pieces to the puzzle. And yet you have figured out a way to win. Without asking you to give away anything, just what's your message to this young team right now? Green and growing in November, you'd rather have that than ripe and rotten in December. Correct?
Oh, correct. Yeah. And we told them, start of the year, everybody's going to make mistakes. And we understand that. You just got to eliminate, try to break it down each game and get better and better each game. If we do that, I think by Christmas or after Christmas, we should be a lot better basketball team.
Coach, looking forward to covering your program, not just tonight, but all season long.
Thank you.
Let's get after it again.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you.
He's all smiles, and we believe him because he's an honest man. Coach Nicely joining us. Our Bob Estel Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues right after this with our player profile. Avery Knieven, 5'8" sophomore, will join us. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estel Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estel Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestel.com.
Back at the hangar, we are 90 seconds away from tipping off this evening's girl-boy varsity doubleheader as both Pilots programs will be welcoming the Pilots of Patrick Henry. Time to take a look at your starting lineups. Your starting lineups brought to you by Baker Schindler Company, proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, bakerschindler.com. First for the Pilots of Ayersville, led by head coach Tim Nicely, 1-3 on the season. The following 5 will take the court. At the point, it will be Allison Eldridge. At off guard, Alexa Greavy. Kendra Waldron, the only returning starter and really the only returning player with any credible minutes from a season ago, will be your 3. At the 4, Avery Knieven, our player profile. And in the middle, the freshman, Kendall Boer. For the Patriots, led by head coach Justin Sonnenberg, they are 2-0 coming into this evening's contest. At the point, it will be Casey Nelson. At off guard, Karis Crossland. Sophie Gildy will be your 3. Your front court comprised of Kelsey Schwiebert, and in the middle, Ada Christman. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company. Time now for the keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Northwest State Community College, your key to great career opportunities begins with a great education at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu or call 419-267-1320 today. Right now, we only have the Pilots take to give you. We can go ahead and give you the Patriots in just a second. But first, for Ayersville, they've got to get the job done by slowing this game down. The last thing they want to do is get in a track meet with the Pilots. The Pilots want an up-tempo game. They have scored 60-plus points in their first 2 contests. Likewise, by slowing things down, they've got to value the basketball. They cannot afford multiple-digit turnovers tonight, or this one's going to be a runaway. On the flip side, for the Patriots, they want an up-tempo contest and expect a strong press in many different forms. Man-to-man, 1-2-2. They'll even do a little bit of guard your yard, but they're going to put pressure on the basketball. It's time now for our national anthem, brought to you by Defiance County Veterans Office. The Defiance County Veterans Office, proud to support local veterans and their families, connecting them with resources available to them. Give them a call at 419-782-6861. The national anthem in the books, brought to you by the Defiance County Veterans Office. Proud to support local veterans and their families, connecting them with resources available to them. To learn more about or request information, log on to defiance-county.com/veterans-office. That's defiance-county.com/veterans-office. Or again, give them a call at 419-782-6861. Non-starters about to be introduced. The officials about to be introduced.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard.
Patriots decked out in their red jerseys with the white lettering and numerals and the black trim. The Pilots in their home whites with the baby blue lettering and numerals with the black trim. They bring some height. And they do bring some experience. We'll see how this young Pilot squad responds. Visitors introduced. They'll dim the lights, and the hype machine starts for the Patriots starting lineups. Lights are up. We are getting set for tip-off. The Pilots at 1-3 overall. Another non-conference game against the Patriots. They are 1-3 with their season opener, a tough 35-24 loss at Montpelier, followed up by a 35-29 setback at Gorham-Fayette. Their win this season came on November 29th, a 42-36 victory against Eden. And then most recently, back on the 3rd, a 35-27 setback versus Pettisville. In the center circle, Boer gets out left by Ada Christman. And quickly going for a three. This one out of bounds, and it looks like we may have a foul. Or nope, just out of bounds. And it should be Pilot basketball. The Patriots 2-0 with a 63-57 victory against Miller City back on November 26th. Then on December 2nd, a 67-36 win at Hicksville. And immediately coming out in full court pressure, and there's the first turnover of the ball game. We talked about it as part of our keys to the contest. Ayersville has got to value the basketball this evening. Swinging it left corner. Nelson. Good deflection by Waldron. Ayersville gives it up, but then gets it right back. Keeping it on the left side, Knieven surrenders it. Waldron at the top of the key. And the pass just to nowhere in the near corner. Whistle sounds, getting a little physical underneath. I'm not sure. Well, one coaching staff will tell you she tripped. The other will say she had help going to the floor. Foul's going to go against the young freshman center, Kendall Boer. Tremendous raw talent. But as a freshman, getting her baptism by fire here. Not the least of which due to a couple of injuries, key injuries to her teammates, as Nelson takes and drains a three-pointer. That's a Premier Bank three-pointer. Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. YourPremierBank.com. Pilots get it across the timeline. Will set up their half-court offense. On the drive, Greavy can't finish with the left hand. She's upset with herself, but that was a good look. Quick outlet. Here comes Crossland. Behind the back, Nelson. Well, the ball is moving right now for the Patriots. Nice drive, nice dish, nice pivot. That's just well executed at every end as Schwiebert finishes the fun. And they're going to come out in a man-to-man press. Waldron will be given the chores to bring it across the timeline, and Patrick Henry will back up. High blocks. Knieven on the drive. She gets swatted by Crispin. Live ball releasing at the other end. Schwiebert just off her fingertips. Everybody appears to be okay as the Pilots will set up to inbound. They get it right back to Waldron. Some tacit pressure by Crossland. Crosses over, though, across the timeline in plenty. And now they'll set up. Greavy drives but is cut off. It's good footwork by Gildy. And we're going to have a foul. This one will be charged against Casey Nelson, her first. At the charity stripe. On the board, Avery Knieven finally at the 5:31 mark. Knieven, 1 of 2. And that's heads up by Waldron. On the move, but she doesn't have the numbers. Good ball movement, low blocks. Boer driving until she was tested, but now kicks it out. Ball is deflected and out of bounds off of Ada Christman. Kaylin Halstead has checked into the ball game for the Pilots. Lobbing it out at the top of the key. Pilots need to be patient. Tim Nicely in his pregame interview said we cannot afford to get into a track meet with Patrick Henry. Nice lob down low to Boer. She got undercut a little bit by Nelson from her knees, kicks it out. And again, no rush here. Waldron thought about it. Boer reposts. That's a dangerous pass. Nice give and go, and they're going back to the free throw line. This time the foul against Schwiebert. That'll send Halstead to the charity stripe. Halstead has yet to attempt a free throw this season. This will be her first. First is on the way, and she's a perfect 1,000%. Both of the Pilots' points coming from the charity stripe right now. She'll try and trim the deficit to just 2. Second is on the way, cannot find the range. Out of bounds. Patrick Henry will keep possession. And it looks like the Pilots coming out in a 2-3 zone here. as they're screening the zone. They go skip pass, cross court, and it pays dividend as Karis Crossland drains another three. A Premier Bank three makes it 8-2. Karis Crossland. At the other end, Nelson on the drive, and this is the tempo that Patrick Henry wants. Ayersville does not. As the foul's going to go against Waldron, it'll be her first. Team foul number 2. Nelson at the stripe. She's 7 of 10, now make it 8 of 11 for just over 70% from the charity stripe this season. She'll try and connect on both here and extend a 7-point lead to 8. Second is on the way. It splits the nylon. Nelson with 5 on the evening. She will catch a quick breather. As Kenley Crossland will check in. First reserve off the bench as an inbound stolen away by Alessa Almanza. And another turnover. Another freebie here for the Patriots. Now they're trying to solve. They switched on a zone, and I'm double checking to make sure this actually is a zone. Waiting for the ball to drop below the free throw line here. It looks like a glorified 3-2 or potentially a sagging man-to-man. The ball just didn't move, and it's going to be a turnover. Waldron to inbound, right into the teeth of the press again. Karis Crossland gives her a little bit of space. Now working east-west, Eldridge tries to break the pressure, and a little too handsy that time from Kinley Crossland. That'll be her first, team foul number 4. Bounce pass. It's called leading your receiver. Halstead picks up her dribble as she crosses half court, but fortunately gets rid of it. Waldron trying to set up the offense. They're still looking for their first basket from the floor, and she got a little too up in the air. Jump pass, and she's upset with herself. We will have a substitution as Eldridge will check out. So Knieven and Boer on the bottom half of this zone. On the top half of it are Greavy, Waldron, and checking out there is Halstead, and the long board kicks out to Waldron. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Pilots still looking for their first basket from the floor, and that's going to be another turnover, trying to force it down low to Knieven. And here come the Patriots. And Karis Crossland says, let's slow it down and run some offense. Oh, this is a heat check, about 23 feet out. It pops out. Beauty to crash the boards. The iron unkind. Now, Kenley Crossland thought she had it. Instead, posting up down low, Christman. Muscling up against 3 white jerseys. They'll reverse it to the near corner. Open 3, skims off the side. Ada Christman thought she had it. Nothing doing, and here come the Pilots again. Loose ball. Near sideline, turned over. On the release, Crossland can't get the friendly roll. Boer with the outlet, although it's right underneath the basket to Greavy. A lot of action, not much productivity right now. Both teams just trying to feel each other out as we come up on the 2-minute mark here, first quarter. Bounce pass, wrap around, stolen away from her knees by Crossland. Here comes Karis Crossland. Finds the trailing Christman, back out up top, and this one off the heels. We're going to have a whistle. We're about to have a sub for Ayersville. Eldridge will check in for the Pilots. Hostet will take a seat. We are about to see freshman Peyton Ensign check into the ball game as well. As she will spell Alexa Greavy. Ensign comes from some good bloodlines. Her cousins will tell you that. As she is a cousin of former Pilots. Belle McGuire and Taylor Kraft. Checking to see if we have any substitutions for the Patriots. The foul is going to be charged against Ella Christman, as it looks like Casey Nelson is back into the ball game. So both coaches going to their bench. Boer to the charity stripe. Deep knee bend, releases. It's a little long. Kendall Boer, very talented freshman, still very green, getting her feet wet. Boer, up until that free throw, was 9 for 18 on the young season. She's just an eyelash below 50%. Spins the ball in her hand. Second is on the way. Long on that one. Score remains 10-2. Crossland cut off by Ensign, and the freshman almost came away with a nifty steal. The reverse at far wing. Gildy, nothing doing. Board kicks out, though, to Crispin. They're just making a living off of offensive boards right now. Ayersville content to stay in that 2-3 zone with the wing sagging down once it drops below the free throw line. Nice aggressive move by Ada Crispin, and she will head to the charity stripe. Boer picks up her second, and we'll see if Coach Nicely wants to leave her on the floor. It does not look like she's going to stay there for the final buck 20. As the first free throw rattles in and out, and Crispin a little upset with herself. Boer will check out. Checking in for Ayersville will be Harmony Gherkin. Ada Crispin, that was her first free throw attempt of the season. She will try to hit 50% here, and she cannot. Trying to follow the ball, it bounces off of Coach Nicely. Coach does not have any more eligibility left, so he's got to stay on the sidelines. And who touched that last? It looks like it will be out of bounds off the Pilots, as Nelson will inbounds with a buck 19 left to go first quarter. It's been a battle of attrition, defense and free throws. Near corner, Ensign closing out. That's a good post up by Crispin, but they collapse on her. They'll kick it out quickly. Long three means a long board. Crossland can't find the range. Waldron is double teamed on the far baseline. Ensign comes to her. Now we've got a scrum, and things getting physical. Jump ball, arrow points Pilots' way. Ayersville still looking for their first basket from the field, with 58 seconds left to go. As that ball is low, it's off of Ensign. We may have a turnover. We may have another jump ball. We do. And the arrow flips sides. Well, if someone would have told Ayersville coach Tim Nicely that his squad would not have scored a basket through almost the entire first quarter, he probably wouldn't have believed you. If you would have told him you still would be within single digits, he probably said we'd take it. And it looks like Patrick Henry might take a little air out of the ball. Nice job by Knieven to deflect the pass, and now there's a giant conference in the near corner. This one goes through the fingertips of Almanza, but she tracks it down. And now we'll see if Patrick Henry works for the final shot of the quarter. They're getting the floor spaced. They're going to run Nelson through as a cutter. Knieven almost got the deflection. That's a tough move. No call. Out of bounds off Nelson. She forces a smile. With 18 seconds left, looks like the Patriots will come out in some token pressure. Flashing to the far corner is Eldridge, and it goes out of bounds off of her. So just like that, Patrick Henry will get the ball back. Nelson will inbound out near half court. Karis Crossland says, come get it. 9 seconds. 7 seconds. They don't have their offense in motion yet. Skip pass to the far corner. Crossland for three. Got it! Just before the buzzer sounds. Karis Crossland with her second three of the evening. And that ends a long drought for both teams as we've come to the end of the first quarter of play. Patrick Henry 13, Ayersville 2. We will take a Mark Moats Ford timeout. Mark Moats Ford, check out some of the best new Ford models serving the Defiance community since 1916. Mark Moats Ford, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com. Second 8 minutes when we come back from the hangar. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Visit Mark Moats Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Moats Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com.
Back at the hangar, second 8 minutes put up on the scoreboard clock. Visiting Patrick Henry leading Ayersville 13-2. Pilots yet to score from the floor. Their 2 points come from the free throw line as Kendra Waldron just saying, jump on my back, I'll take you there, but it looks like we're going to have a turnover. She got tied up, and that'll be the second traveling call of the evening against the standout junior guard. So much offense graduated in the person of Allie Schindler. And really, I don't want to say an anonymous voice in the chorus, but Kirsten Mannon averaged nearly double digits toward the end of last season. All of it gone to graduation. And the Pilots needing to find somebody to pick up the pace. Nothing doing down low. First opportunity, no good. Second swatted away by Crossland from behind. Third time, not a charm for Nelson. Will the fourth be? This one's short. Point blank and finally put in. I believe that was Ella Christman. Nope, it's going to be Nelson. Number 1, not number 11. It can't be. Something doesn't make sense. They're going to switch that up and give it to Crossland. There we go. Crossland actually gets credit for it on the board. PA announcer, I think, just read the wrong player's name. 15-2. Substitution checking in. Kendall Boer, despite the 2 fouls, Coach Nicely's got to have the height in the middle. Ada Christman. Still scoreless. Ada Christman going to be playing college ball in a couple of seasons. I believe at Findlay University. As she spins, takes it right at the freshman. Maybe made that a little more difficult than it needed to be. Is this going to be over and back or a touched ball? It doesn't matter either way. Waldron wins it. Hits a trailer, and Knieven is fouled. Are they going to call that on the floor, or are they going to call that in the act of shooting? Sophie Gildy, guilty of her first, and they're going to say foul on the floor. Waldron will be the trigger woman on the baseline. Lobs it out towards the top of the key. Knieven with a dribble into the short corner. Skip pass underneath. Nice drive. Eldridge gets fouled and flexing her muscles. Ella Christman. Oh, I stand corrected. They're going to say Gildy from behind. So that will be her second. And they'll move a few feet over. Inbounding. Boer, nice pump fake. She hesitated, though, and gets a facial. Waldron trying to take matters into her own hands. Boy, tight bounce pass to Boer. And Boer now getting on the floor despite those 2 fouls. We've got a jump ball. Possession goes to the Patriots. Top of the key, Christman on the drive, goes in strong, count it, and one coming. Boy, she's been waiting for that all night, and finally one falls. Foul looks like it's going against Greavy. It'll be her first. Team foul number 1. Ada Christman just looks like the weight of the world is off her shoulders after the ball finally going through. Trying to complete the three-point play, and she cannot, but an offensive board makes it a three-point play, actually a four-point play. The garbage putback, Ella Christman. And another turnover. Step back three. Casey Nelson. Check that, Karis Chrisland. Her third three of the night, and there's another turnover. A 20-point lead, and maybe, just maybe, the Patriots trying to force that one a bit. Substitution. Alessa Almanza will check in. Coach Nicely wants a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Patriots 22, Pilots 2. Back after this on DCTV Sports.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Back at the hangar, 5:41 left to go in the first half. 22-2. Visiting Patrick Henry, leading host Ayersville. Token pressure, couple dribbles. Peyton Ensign, oh, nice outlet. Knieven's there, and she misses the bunny. And I think she rushed herself there. There was nobody back, but that's what the press does sometimes. Even when you break it, you're still not in rhythm. And the Pilots still looking for their first basket from the floor as a lob pass down low, stolen away by Waldron. Crosses over off a nice screen by Knieven, and she threw it away. And look out at the other end, coast to coast, and finishing with the finger roll, Kinley Crossland. She is the sixth different Patriot to score. Knieven hits the deck, and they're going to call a blocking foul. The inbounds comes to Ensign. She's picked up her dribble. They're going to say it was knocked away. Freshman gets stripped. And Nelson wants to run. Crosses over, but quick hands by Greavy to strip her. Nelson Johnny on the spot. Oh, what a spin move. Into the paint. She traveled. Not quite halfway through quarter number 2. It's a 22-point Patrick Henry advantage. Inbounds knocked away, but out of bounds off of Patrick Henry. A 22-point lead has almost sucked all the life out of the hangar here. It is quiet. Nelson, oh, beautiful crossover. Stops and pops from 15. It's just short. Another offensive board, and the putback for Karis Crossland. Karis Crossland with 13 of her team's 26 points tonight. And there's a steal by Christman. Nice dish down low, and they're scoring at will. Crossland with another 2 points. And the press rushes Ayersville. Ball going out of bounds off of Knieven. Frustration mounting on Ayersville's players' faces. They're not used to this. Another substitution getting set to check in for Ayersville. Eldridge at the scorer's table. Long three by Nelson. That's her second of the night. A Premier Bank three. 31-2. Maybe, yes! Brewer with the left-handed layup at the 3:48 mark, and it marks the first basket from the floor for Ayersville. Charge going to be called against Casey Nelson. It will be her second. Team foul number 4. Nelson, the lone senior on this Patriots roster. They are loaded for bear for the next several seasons at Patrick Henry. Screening against this press, and Halstead brings it up the near side. Getting even at the top of the key on the drive, goes in strong. It's a little too hard. Crispin cleans up underneath. Look at this. Ada Crispin, a post, going coast to coast, and it doesn't seem to matter. 6-2, and she's got 4 points on the evening. 33-4. And a steal at half court. Here comes Crossland, and she'll finish with the left hand. Karis Crossland with roughly half of her team's points. 35-4 as we're now under the 3-minute mark. Waldron will bring the ball up against pressure. Working against Crossland. She gets rid of it. Dangerous cross-court pass. It's stolen away. It's 3-on-1. Gildy tries to finish the fun. Count it, and one coming. Foul's going to go against Kaylin Halstead. Will be her first. Team foul number 2. 37-4. As Gildy going to the stripe. Gildy, prior to tonight, yet to head to the free throw line in their first 2 games. This will be her first of the season. Second is good. (38-4). Bounce pass near corner. Corner 3. Nothing but net. Second basket of the evening from the floor comes from Harmony Gherkin. It's a Premier Bank 3-pointer. PremierBank.com countering at the other end. Ella Christman. YourPremierBank.com. 41-6. Lead is 35, and another turnover in the open court, and that's just a little too fast. Karis Crossland couldn't corral it. Under 2 left to go here in the first half. Coming out and double teaming the ball. Patrick Henry is showing no mercy here in the first half. Waldron comes to a jump stop, free throw line extended, and they're going to call her for a travel. Oh, and she is not happy. Such a competitive kid. Top of the key, Crossland. Swings it near side, Crossland to Crossland. That connection works pretty well. Kenley to Karis. Karis is having herself a night. Most players would love to have half of what she's got for an entire game. She's got 19 with 1 minute left to go in the half. Halstead trying to size up the defense, wants to take it, stripped from behind, but stays with it. Ooh, falling down. Up top, Gherkin kicked it out. Pardon me, Gherkin with the free throw. Make that a 3-pointer. I'm looking over to see if Allison Eldridge is okay. She's going to stay in the game. Boer will check out. Ensign in. Waldron will catch a breather. Well, the clock is running. The ball has not been inbounded yet. You don't have a running clock until the second half. So precious seconds ticking off the clock here as Ensign will try and drive baseline. The freshman's going to give it a shot, and she gets swatted by Crispin. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Is she aware? She's going to go coast to coast. Finishes with the right hand. Ada Crispin with a nifty move for her 6th point of the game. And it has been all Patriots in the first half as they take a 45-6 lead into the locker room. We will take an extended Midwest Community Federal Credit Union halftime break. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union celebrating 70 years of helping you achieve your dreams and securing your future. Visit them in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon online at midwestcommunity.org. 45-6 our score. We will take a quick timeout. We're back with more right after this on DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com. Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Visit Mark Motes Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Motes Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmotesford.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. For the past 7 proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com. Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobayersville.com.
Back at the hangar, the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union halftime show continues. 45-6 our score, all Patrick Henry. Just 2 baskets from the floor for Ayersville to go along with 2 free throws. Patrick Henry has been smothering, and again, Ayersville, we knew it was going to be a work in progress. Hopefully this is going to be a learning experience. Harmony Gherkin draining a shot. Kendall Boer with the first basket from the floor for Ayersville. It didn't come until the second quarter at the 3:48 mark. Avery Knieven is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Kaylin Halstead also 1 of 2 from the free throw line. On the flip side, Karis Crossland, have yourself a game. Karis Crossland, the 5'10 junior, has been scoring almost at will. She's got a couple, actually 3 from beyond the arc. She has yet to go to the free throw line, and she has a game's worth of offense in just 16 minutes with 19 points, almost half of her squad's output. Casey Nelson, the starting point guard, with a couple of threes and a couple of free throws, as she has 8 points. Ada Crispin with 6. Off the bench, Ella Crispin with 5. Kinley Crossland with 2, and Sophie Gildy with a basket and a free throw to complete a 3-point play, rounding out the scoring. We will have a running clock in the second half. If Ayersville is able to get it to under 30, then the clock operator will go back to standard timing. But right now, if you're Tim Nicely, you're just trying to calm undoubtedly a nervous group of underclassmen down and say, let's just treat the second half, for that matter, the third quarter, as its own game. Let's try to win the first 4 minutes, then the second 4 minutes, and take it one step at a time. We will take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, second half. You're watching DCTV Sports.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. For the past
Whistle sound, second half getting set to get underway. As we welcome you back to the hangar, Brent Balbinot saying thank you for joining us. Here comes the Patriots, up 45-6. Same starting five that began the game for the Pilots. And it looks like the same starting five that began the game for the Patriots as Kendra Waldron comes away with a tough steal. Well, right now down just a country mile. We'll draw the curtain of charity on it as heading the other way. Ada Christman looks like she's going to draw a foul. Boer will pick up her third. The clock will continue to run on everything but a timeout with a 35-plus point lead as it's now 40. Ada Christman, good-looking athlete, good-looking form, and I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx, Ada, but my guess is you'll get another chance before this game's over. Waldron surveying the defense, trying to run some continuity here, get some motion away from the ball. Boer, I thought she was going to take the shot, maybe a bit too unselfish as she tries the pass in the low post, and it's out of bounds for another turnover. Well, a season ago, the Patriots were 16-8. They were 5-2 in the NWOAL. And what we're seeing tonight, oh, what a tremendous move. Great finesse on the footwork, tremendous strength to get the shot off, and she finishes with the finger roll. And a chance to complete the three-point play as Alexa Greavy picks up the foul. Didn't I promise you, Ada, that you were going to get another chance at the free throw line? She is 1 for 5. Make it 1 for 6. Out of bounds off of Ayersville. On the drive, Crossland. Nelson surveying the defense. Nice post feed, and Crispin can't quite finish. Boer with the outlet, and Waldron will just slow things down. Picking up her dribble. Greavy needs some help. Waldron flashes to the high post. Knieven, nice backdoor cut. That's pretty execution. Alexa Greavy in the books for the first time tonight. 48-8. Clock continues to tick with that 35-plus point lead. Oh, my goodness. Heat check left side, front of the iron, back of the iron from Crossland. And the rebound underneath. Pulled down by Greavy. They're harassing her. Eldridge will bring it uncontested across the timeline. Waldron comes to a jump stop, loses the basketball. Somebody's got to help her. Boer. Nice drive and dish, and a 17-footer on the left wing. Allison Eldridge in the books. Back-to-back productive offensive series for the Pilots, and they've hit double digits. Nice drive, nice dish by Crossland. Corner three. Gildy can't find the range. Waldron wants to run. She's trying to get rid of some pent-up frustration for sure. Boer pops out. Waldron open for a corner three. Got it. Kendra Waldron. 3 straight possessions leading to a score, and that's another Premier Bank three-pointer. 48-13. And that did not sit well with Coach Sonnenberg. He wants a timeout. We are going to take a Mark Moats Ford timeout. 48-13. Patrick Henry over Ayersville. We're back after this on DCTV Sports.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
3 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Patrick Henry up 35 points, 48-13. Patriots will have the ball on the inbounds. Nelson has quietly had herself a nice night with 8 points. Just about everybody in a red and white uniform has found the scoreboard in some way, shape, or form. There you go, loose ball. You know it's your night when you can pick that up. Dish off down low, and Gildy gets rejected. Check that stand up, young lady. It is not. It's Schwiebert. Well, in our keys to the game, Coach Tim Nicely said 2 things. Slow down the tempo, which I think for the most part they have, but second, value the basketball, and they are pushing roughly 20 turnovers on the night. And the Patriots have made them pay. Good ball reversal. Nelson open for 3. This goes begging off the backside. Offensive board, point blank. Crispin can't find it. She picks up the loose ball. Does she want to go in strong or kick it out? She'll kick it out. 2-3 zone by the Pilots, trying to slow things down, running a cutter through. Bounce pass to the far corner, a little late on the rotation. Long rebound, kicks out. Crispin has picked up her dribble. Skip pass. Boy, Nelson thought about pulling the trigger, but one cool customer, they'll reset their offense. Good ball movement right now by the Patriots. It's not sticking. That was going to be a heat check almost from the sideline from Crossland. And I think if the instructions of Coach Sonnenberg, he's saying run the offense. You can jack up a 3 anytime, because we've got a jump ball in the paint. And the arrow points to the Pilots. Low post, Knieven. Boy, that's just great defensive rotation by Nelson to drop down. Open for half a second, and then all of a sudden, smothered. And they're going to call a foul on Nelson. Well, she's got 3. Knieven at the stripe. She's 1 for 2 tonight. That one almost popped out. Shooter's touch. Boy, they've just got so much height, so much size, and just athlete after athlete. Coach Sonnenberg has gone 4 deep on his bench tonight. Knieven second, kisses the front of the iron. It goes begging off the left side. Score remains 48-14. Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Low post, Christman kicks it back out. Long jumper. Ella Christman couldn't find it, and we got a whistle down low. That will be the end of the third quarter. Patriots 48, Pilots 14. We'll take a 60-second Mark Moats Ford timeout. Mark Moats Ford serving the Defiance community since 1916. County Road 424 in Defiance, or online at markmoatsford.com. A 60-second break. Final quarter when we come back on DCTV.
Visit Mark Moats Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Moats Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit
Final 8 minutes put up on the scoreboard clock at the hangar. First of 2 games here this evening. Varsity boys will take center stage the minute this one, well, more like 20 minutes after the minute this one's done. Right now, Patrick Henry in control. Up 13-2 at the end of the first quarter. They have never trailed in this ball game. And the lead has just continued to balloon as a nice aggressive drive by Kenley Crossland will earn her free throws. Kaylin Hastett picks up her second. Crossland at the stripe. Splits the nylon. The first offering of the evening is good. Crossland can't find the range on her second. We got a whistle. Top of the key in between the circles. Hasted swings it to Eldridge. It's been the most productive quarter of the ball game so far for this young Ayersville squad. 8 points, but just too deep a hole tonight. Nice feed down low. Knieven, nice dribble, dishes off. That's just great ball movement. And that'll be the second basket of the night for Allison Eldridge. 33-point lead, but the clock will continue to run unless Ayersville gets it down to below 40. Nifty dipsy doodle by Nelson. Couldn't get the range. Rebounded by Schwiebert. And who are they calling this on? This is going to go against Avery Knieven. Be her first. Substitution about to check in for Ayersville. Greavy will spell Waldron. And this is, I think, is a show of class by Coach Sonnenberg. There's no need to rub any more salt in the wound. They're going to spread the floor. At least I'm assuming they're spreading the floor. And I would think that you would see multiple passes and need to be wide open before a shot, before one goes up. And we won't even see one here as the ball's out of bounds. Gildy. Bounce pass. They flash into the low blocks. Christman might have had that shot altered. We've got a jump ball in the middle of the paint. Ayersville takes possession on the continual clock. So we approach 4 minutes left to go in the contest. 49-16. Baseline drive, tough move by Eldridge, and she draws the contact. Foul charged against Almanza, her first. Allison Eldridge will get a pair. Drains her first. Eldridge, 5 for 5, counting that free throw on the young season, so she remains perfect. We'll see if she can keep it up. Second on the way. Good rotation. She's got them both. And she leads all pilots with 6 points. 31-point lead with 3:10 left to go in the contest. Almanza's cut off. Kicks it out up top. Crossland on the drive, and we've got a foul. So Becky picks up the foul. Clock continues to tick. This looks like it might be the one sore spot at Patrick Henry as a team's game. This will be the 4th free throw attempt of the evening for Kinley Crossland, and she's 50%. 50-18. 32-point advantage as it stands right now, coming up on 2 minutes left to go in the contest. So Becky is kind of tentative at the top of the key. She was trying to be aggressive, but when you're young, when you don't have that type of experience, probably a few butterflies. The game just moves so much faster than you're used to. Ensign drives baseline, cut off. So Becky cut off, tries to kick it out. It's deflected, remains Pilot basketball. Substitution as Eldridge will check out, and now doing the inbounds, Hastet. Tough pass, deflected out of bounds by Christman. We're coming up on the final minute of the ball game. Deflection at the other end, coast to coast. Schwebert lays it up and in. (52-18). Oh, nice slip and just a little, I don't want to say tentative to go up. She'll get more confident. Brianna Sobecki should have had 2 there. The inbounds with now less than 30 seconds left to go. Hastet thought about driving. Well, Manzana's played some good defense tonight, and just as I say that, they slip past her. The rebound by Crossland. 15 seconds left to go, and one would expect the Patriots to just dribble out the final seconds of the clock. That's exactly what they're going to do as Patrick Henry's fans come to their feet. They put on a clinic tonight. Final score, Patriots 52, Pilots 18. Patrick Henry ups their record to a perfect 3-0. The Pilots fall 2-1-4. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have your post game. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com. Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobayersville.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Back at the hangar. They put 15 minutes up, so this is going to be a very short post game. We're going to run down the scores. Let's start with Patrick Henry. Karis Crossland had 19 at the half. She finishes with 19 to lead all scores. Nobody else in double figures. Casey Nelson, the point guard, with 8. Ada Christman with 8. 9 bench points. Kinley Crossland, with 4. Ella Christman with 5. And then rounding out the scoring, Kelsey Schwiebert with 2 and 3 points for Sophie Gildy. For the Pilots, a much better third quarter, but they just dug themselves too big of a hole through the first 16 minutes. Allison Eldridge finishes with 8. Nobody else really even close. Kendra Waldron drained a 3. That's what she finishes with. A deuce apiece for Alexa Greavy, Ava Knieven, and Kendall Boer. Likewise, Harmony Gherkin off the bench, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line for Kaylin Hastet. With the loss, the Pilots fall to 1-4 overall. The Patriots are now 3-0. On the horizon, next up for the Pilots will be Monday night in Defiance as part of the DPT Classic. They will host Archibald. We will have that game for you starting at 6. On the flip side, for the Patriots, next Tuesday night, they will be home versus Macomb. That is your post-game wrap-up. We'll take a quick timeout. The Bob Estel Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show begins when we come back. Boys action when we return on DCTV Sports.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.